Korean husband.
Hey guys! Okay, today we're going to talk about how dating and marrying a Korean is different from other cultures. So, there's a lot of different Koreans in the world, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a Korean?
Yes, I'm from Korea. I live in Korea. I live in another country a little bit, but most of my life I live in Korea.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say you've got like a drop of Australian in you. But there's Korean Americans, Korean Australians. There's Koreans that are now have adopted another country. There's Koreans that are born into another country and actually don't have that much connection with Korea. So I guess what type of Koreans are we talking about today?
I think we are talking about Koreans living in Korea.
Born in Korea,
born in Korea, and then live with the Korean culture
and
Korean society.
Yes.
It's really different from where you grow up actually.
If someone grows up somewhere else.
Even though they learn something from the books, something from their parents or friends in other countries, it's still different.
Yeah, that's right. So one big difference that is quite different to a lot of Western cultures, especially like Australian culture, is that it's very normal to talk about getting married and it's expected of you to get married. It's not like, are you going to get married? It's like, when are you getting married, right?
In Korea, we ask you a lot when you are in that age.
Yes. So that's around the age 30.
Or like it
younger?
Depends, like guys nearly 30 or after 30, but girls after they finish their uni.
When are you getting married?
And
when
they got a job?
Baby?
When
are you getting married?
I think after middle of 20. Middle 20, and then people start asking
you.
Yes.
And so people can get married quite quickly because the culture is set up to get married quickly. You can go to the wedding hall. You can. It's not like these long engagements that we often have in Western cultures, like where you're engaged for 2 or 3 years or something. It's like you get engaged and then like 6 months later you can be married easily, even quicker than that. Because you just go to a wedding hall and bam, you're married and done and everything. So easy. So if you're a woman dating a Korean guy, you might be surprised at how quickly he starts talking about marriage, right?
Yeah.
And if it's a Korean girl with, say, an American or Australian guy or a British guy, she might be wondering, why hasn't he talked about marriage yet? Like, she might be assuming, well, of course we're going to get married. We've been dating for a while and he might not even want to be married because he doesn't have the same pressure. So there can be a lot of sort of misunderstanding there, I think. So how do you think dating can be really different in Korea?
In Korea, we have so many like couple things together. Like before they get married, they just we have like 100 days, 200 days, 300 days,
all these celebrations.
1 year, and then every month there's 14th. There's something, the special day. So like you need to do so many things.
A lot of pressure on the guys. And so then you also have things like couple outfits, which is very normal. It's a very normal
t-shirts
to go out and to show you're a couple and you have the exact same t-shirt. And like companies cater for that. It's not difficult to get that. And you have like events and special couple things. And I think also because young people don't spend much time at home because you live with your parents until you get married usually. And you don't want to bring your boyfriend or girlfriend home. So much of Korean society caters to couples, like all the cafes and places to go, because you do all your dating outside of the home. You go out and you do it. So that can be very different, and it can be a bit culturally a bit confronting if your partner rocks up and is like, here's couple t-shirts, we're going out and matching things, isn't this fun? In Sydney, there's a very large Korean population, and one time we saw, it was a Korean girl and an Aussie guy, I think, a white Aussie guy, and she'd obviously just given him a couple t-shirt and had made him wear it on the street. And it wasn't just like, oh, this is stripes. It was their photos on it, I think, with like a love heart around it saying like she loves him and he loves her. So the couple t-shirts sort of matched up like that. And he was walking down the street and just the look on his face, he was so humiliated because it was happening in Australia, and I was just giggling to myself. Okay, so you might find that Korean hierarchy plays a part in your relationship as well, because the hierarchy system is very important in Korea as well. We have some friends, you guys know Han and Sophie and Daniel and Chloe. But both those girls are older than the guys, right?
Yep.
So their dynamic is a little bit different to ours because Han and Daniel are the dongsang.
Yeah.
Right? But for us, you're my oppa. So how does that affect our relationship more, do you think?
I don't know, because you show me more aegyo. And if I don't do anything, then you just say, 오빠야, please. Then
I don't say please like that. But yes, I'm younger than him, so I have to show you respect in a certain way, but at the same time, I'm allowed to get away with a lot more things because I just do aegyo and it's okay. It's like being the youngest child, and I really enjoy this because I'm the eldest child in my family. I've got 2 brothers and a younger sister, and I always had to be the oldest like that. But in this relationship, I'm the dongsang.
Yeah.
So I can do whatever I want if I have a little bit of aegyo.
I wanna call Nuna.
You want a Nuna now.
Yes.
But then the Nuna's bossy to you, so what are you gonna do?
I'm naughty. So
She's gonna be like, yeah, dongsang! So do you think that K-pop and Korean dramas has like sort of caused this big increase in interest in Korean men with girls internationally?
I think definitely.
Yeah.
Korean dramas.
K-pop and that, because I guess Korean men are sort of presented as this very attractive, like, oh, that would be really good boyfriend, husband type thing. But I think there's a real sort of downside to this as well, isn't
Yes. Because not all Korean guys are tall and handsome and rich and kind and romantic like that. Yeah, some people are not, some people are.
So I think one of the problems with this is that a lot of girls are sort of seeking Korean guys online, and they already have this expectation of a serious relationship. And I think that's one of the difficulties with online relationships. Like online relationships can work out and they can be fine.
Yeah.
But if it's with someone from another culture, you have this whole extra amount of difficulties because there can be so many misunderstandings. So there's sort of been a lot of negative things where girls from different countries around the world are deliberately seeking a Korean guy online and actually having some really horrible experiences. So we actually get a lot of emails from girls that are having problems with their online Korean boyfriend, and they'll say things like, oh, he said this bad thing, or he wants me to do this and I'm uncomfortable, or he has another girl, or he has a wife or something. Is this Korean culture? Please help me. No, it's not Korean culture. It's just a bad guy. And I think people want to write it off as Korean culture.
Yeah.
They want it to be like, oh, but maybe that's how it is. But it's literally bad guys. And we get so many of these emails. And I guess I just want to tell people to be really careful about that. Be really careful about online relationships. You should try to meet someone as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And you should have the same expectations of a guy that you would have in your own country. If you don't want a guy that you date in your own country to have a wife, then don't be like, oh, but this Korean guy does, but he's really sweet to me and maybe you'll be okay. Like, don't get into those situations.
Yeah, I saw so many people like that. So like they say, my boyfriend doesn't contact me anymore. I don't know what to do. I'm so sad. What to do? Blah blah blah. And I feel sorry, but like this guy might found another girl.
Of course. I mean, that's the problem with online relationships as well. Is the reality is right there in front of them, and they're going to be in a place where there's lots of girls, lots of ways to meet somebody, and that's why I always think it's best to meet someone as soon as possible.
I think it's okay to make friends online, and then you can become a boyfriend and girlfriend later, but before you decide to be serious with them, I think it's better meet them and talk about
Just
it.
be
And
online
if,
friends
like
first,
in your same country, like if you meet someone one day, and then you can't just fall in love with him, right? And of course sometimes, but do you wanna just get married?
Like say I love you right like a week later, and that's what we see is happening a lot. So I think people have this they're seeing it through rose-colored glasses. So they're seeing it through this filter of Korean dramas and K-pop, and then so they see this guy online and he looks handsome in his picture. Everybody looks good in their pictures.
Yes.
Everybody looks good in their
pictures.
pictures.
We can do Photoshop. Did you remember what I did before? So I can make my face better than
does it.
K-pop stars.
You got the app to do it. So don't be fooled by this sort of online reality, I guess is what we're trying to say.